What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. We are going to be ranking all of the locations for Red Dead Online based on a few different things. Each of those factors will be popularity, what it has to offer, and the location. And we're going to be ranking these based on like which is best for like new players in Red Dead Online and like still best players, and like which places are the best overall in Red Dead Online in terms of like stuff to do in them, like where they are and like how popular they are, and basically what they have in them, like how useful they are. Also, as always, thank you guys so much for the support, hugely appreciated, and yeah, let's jump right into number 12. Okay, starting off at number 12, we of course have McFarlane's Ranch. Now, it hurts me to put this one at the last spot because it holds a lot of sentimental value to me because of Red Dead Redemption 1, however, there is like nothing in this place. Like McFarlane's Ranch, it has like a fast travel and that's it. And it's closest to Harriet, like Davenport, if like you're a naturalist like person, but like other than that, there is nothing here. Like, it's not close to anything, it doesn't have anything around it, it like literally has nothing in it. Like, it's pretty dead, there's no bar, there's no lore, like, it's probably like the most dead, like, named location on the map, so that's why McFarlane's Ranch is getting a number 12 spot. Okay, coming in at number 11, we have Thieves Landing. Now, Thieves Landing, what's so special about it? It is completely useless, I know, but of course it has one of the most useful things you can have in the game, and that is, of course, this bloke right here, who happens to be a fence. Now, as you know, fences are like some of the most useful things you can have in Red Dead Online because you can buy pretty much anything from them. You can buy unique items like all of this junk. Essentially, you can buy everything you need here, like different weapons, like melee weapons, like dynamite, you name it, all that stuff, like machetes, all that, like fire bottles, everything that you need is right here. So a fence is a very valuable thing to have in a location, and that's why Thieves Landing even like makes the rankings. But also another reason, and it's because of this. Thieves Landing basically has the Del Lobo gang in it, therefore making it a very, very useful spot for grinding XP and getting a bunch of loot. Not to mention fighting gangs like the Del Lobos is very fun to do with your friends especially, which is why it's up here as well. Anyway, there you have it. So after you kill everyone, like, you have all of this stuff to loot. And looting is a very important aspect of this game, making Thieves Landing a very, very valuable location in Red Dead Online. Because looting can find you collectibles, give you ammunition and like money, all the stuff that you would otherwise have to get, like from buying it or finding it out in the world. Okay, coming in at number 10, we of course have Armadillo. Now, Armadillo got done so dirty in Red Dead Redemption 2. In Red Dead Redemption 1, it is like one of the best locations in the game. It's so fun, like such a nice location. I had so many fun memories there. But in Red Dead 2, this location is just completely like dead. Like, especially for the online mode, this has nothing to offer. Like, the most it has is of course its general store, but other than that, this location is really bad. Because we're looking at also like stuff to do, there is a bar located in this place as well, but I don't think it is going to be your first pick for you and your friends to come to this bar, because like it is the most dead bar in the entire game. Because like look, everyone is just dying around the place, like they're all drunk or dying, so like not a good bar, wouldn't be fun with your friends. I don't think I've ever had like a bar night with my mates in here because like it's just so dead. Its location is like really bad, like there is nothing for ages around Armadillo. Like nothing in this whole area, just like heaps of nothing. So yeah, not to mention the general store is just like, you know, a general store, whatever. There's nothing else in the town, like the gunsmith isn't even like active, like the general store is like really mid, and the bar is just terrible, so like, and the location of it's really bad, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone in here, so it's not really a popular location. Like, I've never seen anyone just hanging out in Armadillo with their friends. Now, it gets number 10 because it has a general store, and it has a bar so that you could have fun here, but like, no one ever does. Now, coming in at number 9, we of course have Van Horn. Now, Van Horn is like pretty bad. I mean, the place isn't really nice, it's not very popular, like it doesn't look nice, and doesn't have too much to do, but the reason it is here is because it has, of course, a fence. Now, as previously mentioned for Thieves Landing, a fence is one of the most valuable things you can have at a location, so Van Horn does have this, so props to them. So yeah, Van Horn has a fence, but what else makes this location worthy of the number 9 spot? Well, if we have a look, Van Horn, like, without too much to do in it, it only has the like little fence over here, and like the bar, which is like pretty mid. No one ever comes to this bar anyway, so like, you know, another reason why it's ninth, because like no one ever comes here. It's not very popular, but a good reason for it is, of course, it is close to Saint Denis. Saint Denis just a bit further south, so yeah, Van Horn pretty close to Saint Denis. That's why it gets the number 9 spot, and people do run through here for like missions and stuff. It could be seen as quite popular, I guess, like a little bit, and it does have a valuable fence. Van Horn gets the number 9 spot. Now, coming in at number 8, we of course have Annesburg. Now, why would I put Annesburg as number 8? Because there's not too much stuff around it, or it's not very popular. However, Annesburg has one of the most valuable things you can have, which of course is the gunsmith. Now, the gunsmith is probably one of the most popular things that anyone goes to in Red Dead Online, because weapons are pretty much like the whole point of Red Dead Online. Like, without good weapons, you're going to fail at the game. So a gunsmith is a very valuable thing to have in this game. Yes, I know there are towns that have gunsmiths in them and stuff like that, but the reason Annesburg is like getting number 8 is because compared to like number 9 and like onwards, it's the only town that has a gunsmith so far. Now, Annesburg is located pretty much the northeast of the map, pretty much one of the highest areas of the map, but the reasoning for its like valuableness, I guess, or like its position on the list, is because of the gunsmith, of course, and of course its location to Van Horn. Now, between Van Horn and Annesburg, there is actually a stables that the two places kind of share. It's more towards Van Horn, but however you could kind of like go there every now and then if you're in Annesburg. But basically, if you combine these two locations, because they're relatively close together, you have a fence, a bar, a stable, and you have the gunsmith, which are very valuable things to have in this game. Now, all that being said, the number 7 spot in the game of course goes to Emerald Ranch. Now, Emerald Ranch is a very like personal favourite of mine. It's such a nice spot, very valuable, and it offers something very unique. Now, what's the difference between Emerald Ranch and McFarlane's Ranch or Thieves Landing? Well, the difference is that there's something really valuable here for the trader role. Now, if you are a trader, I don't know if you would have done this because I don't see a lot of people doing it, but something that Emerald Ranch has is, of course, all these animals. Now, of course, for the trader role, you need to like kill animals and then donate their raw materials to Cripps in order for him to make goods for you to sell, and it's very annoying when you have to go out and hunt all these animals. But what makes Emerald Ranch so perfect for this is because all of these animals are right here, and they give you the exact same amount of stuff that you need to do your trader like hunting in the wild. Not to mention it's like tons easier, more accessible, and everything is just right here for you. You don't have to go find it. So if you own a trading wagon, a trading wagon can fit 5 large pelts or 5 medium corpses in it. So a very valuable thing for you to do and a very useful thing to do is come to Emerald Ranch at night, take out all the guards around you. Once you do that, there will be no one here to stop you. You can basically do whatever you want. Basically, what you want to do is, me and all my friends always do this, you basically find a 3-star sheep, or like an animal that you want, kill it like this. You gotta lasso it and then kill it to preserve its pelt. Don't shoot it or anything, like don't try throwing a knife at it because it might ruin the pelt. Once you do that, you don't want to skin it, you just want to pick it up and then throw it in your wagon. So when you throw it in your wagon, it'll be 1 out of the 5 corpses or large pelts that you can have in the wagon, and then you can donate it to Cripps. And if you keep doing this over and over and over again, especially with friends with their trader wagons, you guys can just like fill up your like trader like raw material section, and you'll have a goods wagon ready to deliver very shortly. Using this method alone, that probably accounts for like all of the money that I have made, and I have $25,000. I used to have more, like around 40,000. However, I got it all by using that method. But time to talk about its popularity. Emerald Ranch is actually pretty popular. I see a lot of people like coming through here every now and then, mostly for missions, but also because a few people know about this technique with the trader. But also this place has a fence, which of course, like I said, is very valuable. Not to mention it has its bounty board and its post office right here, and its location is very good as well. It's relatively close to Valentine and Rhodes, so it's a pretty good location overall. So yeah, that is why Emerald Ranch gets the number 7 spot. Now, coming in at number 6, we of course have Tumbleweed. Now, Tumbleweed is actually a very good location, pretty underrated, but it is probably the best town in New Austin because of 2 simple things. It has a general store and a gunsmith. It's the only gunsmith in New Austin, so that is why it's pretty good. Tumbleweed with its gunsmith, very useful thing to have, very good for online players, especially because like, you know, we need our guns. Then you got of course your general store over here. You can buy your food and your clothes, and like, not to mention you also have a butcher here, which is very useful as well because you're able to sell all the meat that you have and also buy meat if you're running low on food. So a butcher is a very good thing to have as well. And not to mention, a very fun thing to do in this area with your friends is of course go to the bar. Now, bars in this game are very fun with your friends, it just depends on the bar itself, and Tumbleweed's bar is actually pretty much the most alive bar that we have on this list so far. Compared to Van Horn and Armadillo, this bar definitely wins. Not to mention, it's very cool little poker room up here, very unique design, very fun, stuff like that. So you can play poker with your friends up here, go down to the bar, have a few drinks and start like a bar fight or something. I see tons and tons and tons of players coming through here because there's legendary animals close by, the bounties are really good and stuff like that. Plus it has all the essentials that a good town needs to have. So yeah, definitely by far the best town in New Austin and one of the best towns in the game. So yeah, Tumbleweed gets the number 6 spot. Now for the number 5 spot, it was very tricky for me to decide between 2 locations, but number 5 is going to go to Strawberry. Now this is very hurtful for me because Strawberry is pretty much my favourite location in the game. I mean, it doesn't have a ton of stuff in it, but it is probably the most beautiful location or beautiful town in the game, and I love the scenery around it. Like West Elizabeth, like northern West Elizabeth is by far my favourite area in the game, like Big Valley and stuff, and having Strawberry, like a cozy little like beautiful mountain town in that nice area, really makes this location stand out to me, which is why it's one of my favourite spots. However, in terms of Red Dead Online, Strawberry gets number 5. Strawberry doesn't have like anything in it. Now I could definitely see Strawberry having like a few different things, like extra buildings in it, especially like buildings that were from story mode that like could go into online. Like I know that in story mode there actually is a doctor's office, which is this building right here actually, but you don't actually get to go into it. And also this town does not have a gunsmith, so I think a doctor's area and also a gunsmith, like these 2 buildings here, would be so awesome to have in this town, but of course it doesn't have it. And as you already know, it also doesn't have a bar. It of course has its general store here, which has its little wardrobe section as well, which is very nice. So general store, very useful. You got your bounty boards, you got your post office and your like stranger missions. You got a butcher here, which is very useful as well for the money and stuff like that, and for food, like I said. And of course you have the stables just over here. In terms of popularity, I actually see quite a few people around Strawberry, like not as many as like the other locations because there's not too much to do, but it is pretty popular. But now let's look at the location. It is of course right next to Lake Owanjila, which is of course a very good spot to find fish, which in the early days of Red Dead Online was the best area just up here to actually find fish and sell it to a butcher to make money. Not to mention, we of course have Mount Shan, which is an awesome area of the map, and of course the best area in my opinion in the game is Big Valley. So yeah, Strawberry gets the number 5 spot. Now the number 4 spot actually goes to Rhodes. Now Rhodes is actually a pretty underrated location in my opinion. Not a lot of people like Rhodes, but I think it is pretty good. It has all the essentials and it has pretty decent popularity, and it's like in between pretty much everything. Rhodes of course has a gunsmith. Now as I said before, gunsmith is a very good thing to have, along with a general store, also a very good thing to have. Then you got your butcher, like I said before, very good thing to have. And not to mention it has a saloon, and of course it has a fence. And like I said, a fence is a very good thing to have, and there's only a few locations in the map that have a fence and a gunsmith and a general store, and Rhodes is one of them. So Rhodes is pretty much between kind of everything. It's beneath Emerald Ranch where you can do that trader thing, Saint Denis, which is a massive town, then of course you got Valentine up here. It's not too far away, I mean you can travel that distance, so yeah. And of course you've got all these locations down here beneath it, and of course you've got Le Gras and the swamp over here, very unique environment as well. And also you could have a moonshine shack in here as well. So yeah, combined with Rhodes, like pretty good popularity, it has like of course general store, gunsmith and a fence, and like a pretty unique location, very good location as well. It is actually a very good spot on the game, and that is why it gets the number 4 spot. And with that being said, the number 3 location goes to Blackwater, of course. Blackwater is such a good location, but it does have a few things that it's actually lacking in. Blackwater has majority of the essentials. It has your stables, it has your general store, a very good saloon, and it has a few unique ones. It has a tailor, which is very useful to have because it offers more like clothing items than a general store does. Then of course it has a barber, which is very good for like styling your hair of course and whatnot, very good thing to have. And it also has the photo studio. Not to mention, of course, stables is essential when like having a good location, because like, you know, the saloon is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, so fun, so many fun memories in here as well. Not to mention you can also play poker, which is one of the best things about any saloon in the game. So if your saloon allows you to play poker, it's a good saloon. Not to mention the tailor is also very useful as well for people that want to like work on their outfits and stuff. But now let's talk about popularity. Blackwater is probably one of the most popular locations in the entire game because it has all of this unique stuff. It's pretty much a major city, making it one of the best locations in the game. Like, if it had a gunsmith and a fence, or like either one, it would be a lot higher. Now, of course, the number 2 spot, or it's pretty close, it depends on personal preference, but in my opinion, the number 2 spot goes to Saint Denis, because Saint Denis has, of course, all of the essential shops that you need in Red Dead Online for Red Dead Online players. Not to mention, it is one of the most, if not the most popular location on the map. Saint Denis is such a unique place because, of course, there's not too many cities in this game. I mean, the closest one to it is Blackwater, but it's nowhere near this scale. It has your butcher, your general store, a gunsmith, a trapper, it has the fence, like 2 saloons, it has poker, a barber, and a tailor, and a doctor, and a photo booth. Like, Saint Denis has everything in the game. Like, every little thing you could ask for, Saint Denis has. That's why it is so high up on the list, because it has all of the essentials. Now, I'm sure you already all saw this coming, but of course, number 1 has to go to the best location in the game, most popular location in the game with the best location, and that is Valentine. Valentine is the most popular location in the game. I mean, out of all the places we've been in this video, I mean, just look at this. There are already tons of players around, like, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including me. There's 7 players in this town alone, and they're like pretty much none in all the other places. Valentine is the best location in the game. It's like the starting location because everyone comes here because of the Chapter 2 significance of it. Valentine is extremely popular, but it also has pretty much all of the essentials as well. I mean, like, aside from like the fence and the photo booth and stuff like that, it has everything you need. Anyway, Valentine's popularity definitely makes it one of the best locations in the game. I think it's like because it's the first location that you go to in the game, which like everyone like of course loves. Like, everyone loves Valentine. It's such an aesthetic place, such a nice place. I mean, look at the mountains in the background, very popular. Like, overall this like location is just very, very good. Valentine, of course, has a gunsmith, which is essential. It has a doctor, which is very good. A bar that has a barber and a poker place in it, which is very fun to have. It has your general store and stables and a butcher and like another saloon, because why not? And it's all in relatively close proximity. Of course, then you got your fast travel and your post office down here. So yeah, definitely all the essentials that you need in the game for especially online, but not to mention its location. Valentine is like right next to Moonshine Shack, it's like right next to Strawberry and Big Valley for the hunting, and also not far from Emerald Ranch for the trader. So yeah, anyway guys, that is it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts, like how you guys would rank all the locations in the game. I want to see like our comparisons. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Be hugely appreciated, and I will see you in the next one. So guys, thank you so much and see ya.